Wednesday, January the 17th. Guys, we're going to do a little bit of glute work today. We have deadlifts in the workout, and we'll get a head start on that glute and hamstring strength building in today's accessory work. So if you're curious in advance, want to know what you're in for, we've plugged some YouTube videos into that particular post. You can go check those out. Now, as far as the workout is concerned, we have an AMRAP, our first AMRAP of the week. We're gonna do some deadlifting in volume today, but we want the weight to stay light. So we're gonna say no heavier than 185, 155. I think that's what we wrote. 185, 135 maybe. In any case, it should be something that you're able to do unbroken. At least for a couple of rounds. And I don't mean quick singles. I actually do mean this time touch and go unbroken. If you're having to immediately go to singles, then I would have concerns. So let's think of a loading where we could do 9 unbroken touch and go. That's tap and go, and maybe once we've reached like rounds 4 or 5, then we decide either to start breaking it up or to do quick singles or something like that. Just be capable of touch and go with this loading. What else do we have? So it's 12 minutes, and it starts with 6 handstand push-ups, then it's 9 deadlifts, right into 30 double unders. So while sometimes we say, let's just do a lesser number of double unders, if you're working on it and 30 seems like a daunting amount, that's going to take us for too long. Because again, it's only a 12-minute AMRAP. I don't want you to be spending all day doing the jumping rope. That's always going to still be on the table, the idea of doing less. But also just know that even though we practiced double unders last Wednesday, this week you can bring back the single unders. 60 single unders, get them done, move on to the other weightlifty type of stuff. 6 handstand push-ups should be, at least in the earlier rounds, something that is considered a lower volume for on a per round basis for handstand push-ups. So what modifications do you need to make such that my statement that this should be a low per round volume is true? Is that an extra ab mat? Let's not exceed 2 ab mats. Is it using an ab mat at all, whereas normally you wouldn't? Bottom line is, I'm not expecting unbrokenness on those handstand push-ups, but with 6, and given it's the only overhead thing we're doing today, I need it to be something where you're getting those done in no more than 2 sets. So 2 sets of 3, because remember, 12 minutes is not a long time, and I want you to get to those deadlifts. All right, so let's not spend more than a minute and a half working and plugging away at handstand push-ups. If you're taking that long, then you need to modify something. But outside of that, let's just keep in mind this is the bottom line here. If I were to say that the stimulus of a workout is core, midline strength and stability, you're probably thinking I'm going to throw toes to bar at you. You're probably thinking I got like GHD sit-ups in there. I got V-ups. I got something that's ab-centric. No, this is the kind of workout where you're working your core more than anything else. Why? Because handstand push-ups, modified or not, require a tight core throughout. If you lose that, you could get really hurt. So we got to have a tight core. And then the same thing is true for high volume deadlifts, right? I definitely can see a lot of people bouncing that thing down and up today, but we can't have that. We got to be braced and make sure that at the bottom, particularly of that deadlift, each time the plates are touching the ground, that you are braced at the core, not just relying on your low back to get it done. So use your legs, use the good technique that you know for a deadlift. Be mindful of that technique and try to have it perfect, or as close to perfect as we can, throughout all 9 reps each round. And in order to do that, in order to make what I just said true, it's going to be taxing to your core, maybe to an extent that you don't realize. Diane is one of the most core stable requirement workouts or benchmarks that we know, and this has both of those components, both handstand push-ups and deadlifts in it. So very Diane-like workout today, all right? So don't let it fool you. This is not an expectation of a lot of rounds. This is not a double digits round type of day. Let's try to get at least 6. All right, enjoy.